I swear, Gervonta Tank Davis has the most haters from any other boxer in any weight class in any year in time. He is the most hated boxer. Everybody hates on Gervonta Tank Davis. And you should always leave it to me, Ellie Setback, Boxing Eagle. He is the greatest YouTuber in the world. I heard they're gonna make a statue of him, gold plated, diamond encrusted. He is the best. He never gets anything wrong, and I think he can walk on water. So in a recent post, Gervonta Tank Davis says that the fight is still a go. The fight is gonna happen still in Houston and on December 14th, but he did not state about the money issue. If he's gonna get paid his guaranteed of $35 million, because he did sign a fight worth $240 million for 7 fights, and or is it gonna be the $3 million guaranteed that the whole boxing world was talking about and speculating about? We don't know. Gervonta Tank Davis has to say something. All right, enough of that. I always wonder something though. When a lot of these content creators say that Gervonta Tank Davis has a lot of haters, what do you guys mean? Are people hating on Gervonta Tank Davis like on what? Like his money and his accomplishments? I get that part. But what else can you hate on Gervonta Tank Davis? His looks? His height? His body? His what is it? I have no idea why people would hate on Gervonta Tank Davis. And that is like a big old saying, like people hate on Tank. People hate on Tank. I don't hate on Tank. I have nothing to hate on Tank on. And it's not just Gervonta Tank Davis. It's also Terrence Bud Crawford. These are the two most hated boxers ever. If you don't say hate on Tank, you would say you're hating on Bud. And what would you hate on Bud on as well? His looks, his height, his reach, his body? What is it? Because his accomplishments and his money, I get that part, like I said earlier about Tank Davis. But why would you even hate on a man? You know, like I never got that, because I am not a hater. Hey guys, and Boxing Eagle is correct. There's a lot of content creators out there with really bad information that really just hate on Tank, and they just make videos about Tank Davis even though they don't like Tank Davis. I wonder why they keep making these videos if they don't like Tank Davis. Now, I love Tank Davis. He is one of my favorite fighters. He's not in the top 10, but he is one of my favorite fighters. But I have a lot of favorite fighters. But the only thing about Tank Davis is that he is not that accomplished yet. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not really talking smack, but he is a leader of the new school, and he has the less accomplishment. He's about to be 30, and he hasn't done as much as Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. Now, those guys should be the face of boxing because they have more accomplishment. And I also did state that Gervonta Tank Davis was one of the faces of boxing because he did sign a deal worth $240 million for 7 fights. But as soon as I found out that it was only a $3 million guarantee, I was started thinking, just by the numbers, guys, how is he the face of boxing when he's only getting $3 million guaranteed? That means that he might not get more, or he might get more, or he might not get more. You just never know on a guarantee of $3 million. Who knows if the pay-per-view is gonna do well? We don't know, because the tried and true, the real face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, already went through all these levels, all these fighters: Miguel Cotto, Sugar Shane Mosley, Triple G, Bebo. There's a lot of fighters I did not mention, sorry guys, but he already fought them all. There's nobody else left for Canelo to fight, and in the process he became the face of boxing because he did these accomplishments. That's why Gervonta Tank Davis has such a hard time getting these pay-per-view numbers up, even though he has David Benavidez on the undercard, and all these undercards are stacked, and Canelo Alvarez doesn't really need to do that. He could fight the bus boy, he could fight anybody, and the fight will still sell without even an undercard that was stacked. Now, Canelo Alvarez already fought them all. That is hard for him to get a good dance partner, even though he's already the face of boxing and he sells well. But if he does like fight somebody like David Benavidez, it will sell over 1 million pay-per-view buys even in today's time. But Gervonta Tank Davis needs the right dance partner so he can make those pay-per-views over 1 million. Maybe Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney, and maybe even a rematch with Ryan Garcia. But he does need these dance partners, and if he shows up and shows out against these fighters, he will be in the position that Canelo is in right now. But if he doesn't do that, he's gonna need the right dance partner to have a lot of pay-per-view buys, and he does not even need a stack and undercard with David Benavidez. If you fight Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez, that fight will sell itself, will sell by itself without even any undercards. Now, this is not a diss or a disservice to Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm just saying he is not the face of boxing yet. But if he does fight Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Shakur Stevenson, I'm sure he will become the face of boxing and he will rival Canelo. But that's only if he fights those guys convincingly and beats the living ish out of them. Then he will be able to be the face of boxing, because he still needs a lot of fights to even compete with Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez already fought a lot of champions. But I do have to give credit where credit is due, and Gervonta Tank Davis, just because he is not the face of boxing yet, I do believe he will beat everybody, with Teofimo Lopez being his toughest test. And the Shakur Stevenson fight will be very boring because Shakur does not like to engage first, and Gervonta Tank Davis downloads his opponents. So that fight will be very slow, and it's going to be up to Tank Davis to make that fight happen. And not just that, Devin Haney does not have the power to keep Tank Davis off. Hey guys, but guess what? I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. And if you want to help your boy, you could throw $1 in the dollar sign on the bottom. Holla for $1, guys.
Up the world!